There we go. Let's go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Evans Boys YouTube channel. Today we got something pretty cool. I'm going to be going over LBA's finesse game. I'll show you what he uses and I'll show you how he uses it, and then we'll show you him catching some fish off of that. So we'll see you guys in the review. Peace. All right, here is the secret to LBA's finesse game. Guys, he out-catches me probably about 6-1 by using this little technique. He really wanted to hone in on his finesse skills. He's been using smaller baits and smaller little jig heads to do it. Now he has a certain technique. I'll explain what he does in just a minute, but let's describe the baits first. Here's one of his favorites. Most often than not, he's gonna use this, which is a Berkeley Gulp Minnow. So they come in a bunch of different flavors. This one happens to be black with gray. He likes the all gray ones as well, but these ones, sometimes you got to change up the color a little bit. All he uses is this little ball jig head right there. That's what he's using. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not big, but it catches fish. It's going to catch little ones. It's going to catch big ones. He even caught a huge carp on one of these things. Pretty crazy. This is the Berkeley Gulp Minnows. They definitely got that Berkeley smell to them. Okay. Now this one is really cool. It's also made by Berkeley. I'll show you guys the package. They're the Berkeley Champ Minnow. They're designed by Jordan Lee, and you get a 10 count. These are really good. You can also use these for drop shotting. They're perfect little drop shot. And what we do is he puts on the same little jig head. Now, I'll explain the jig heads in just a minute. He uses a couple different sizes depending on his bait. But these are killers right here, both drop shot and using this technique that LBA is using for his finesse. Now these are pretty cool too. These are Lucky Strike. I don't know if they're making them anymore. I ended up buying a whole bunch of them. If you go to my Whatnot shop, you can actually purchase some of these. And the reason why is I wanted to make sure we had enough for our finesse game. This is the perch color. These are 2-inch little minnows, but he rigs them just the same, just like this one. And check out that color, guys. Perfect little bait fish. And then he also uses this one, which is the same little 2-inch minnow, and it's in the bass color. He likes it because of this chartreuse tail, really comes through the water. And those are the baits that he is using most of the time right now. Now the jig heads, we get a box of these. They're called Headhunters, but they're 1/16, so you get a 25 count, and they're pretty inexpensive. So this is his main one. He can cast these out a little bit farther. And then he also gets some of these. I think they're Eagle Claw. They have the red hook on them. And these are 1/32. So they're about the same, but he really uses these quite a bit. Now, let's explain the technique, how he's actually using them. What he does is he'll cast this out. He'll cast out as far as he can cast it. He'll let it sink down to the bottom, and then he pops it up, and then he'll shake it. He'll just shake it really easy, coming across the water like this. And it's kind of darting and doing all kinds of weird stuff. Whatever it is, it drives the fish crazy, and these little tails are wagging back and forth, like going crazy. The way he kind of came up with this is we do some trout fishing and we use what they call a mini jig. Basically, it's just a small like micro tube that we use, and I don't have any here with me, but it's how we used to catch trout when I was in Southern California. And I taught LBA this technique, and so he brought it over into the bass game. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, hey, that's just strolling. You know, it's a fairly new technique of strolling. And yes, it is. But like I said, we've been doing this for years down in Southern California, catching trout on them. and LBA wanted to adapt him over to the bass industry. Pretty inexpensive, couple bucks for these. You can get the Berkeley Gulp Minnow at I think Walmart. We got some at Walmart. And then these, any little type of minnow that you can go, and then as long as it comes like you can bounce it and you know, through the water. And then what you do is you bounce it, let it drop because it's gonna go down, and then bring it up again. So he plays around with how it's coming through the water. Now, the other thing that you want to do is your line and your setup. So he's using a finesse setup. He's using a spinning rod. He's using either between a 6'9" medium or ultralight, depending on where we're going. And he uses as high as like a 7-foot medium. And the line he's using is 8-pound test line, like fluorocarbon. He runs a braid to fluorocarbon leader. He has quite a big braid that he goes on out there, and it's kind of key because you don't want them to see that braid. But he's caught him on that before, right? We're just using straight braid. But that's what you're gonna need to do if you want to get out there and get it. I'll show you guys some techniques of us and some fish catching where he's catching these things left and right. There was a day he caught like 12 fish and I caught like 3. And I was using traditional techniques like Texas rigging, Ned rig, drop shot, and he was just using this, and he outfished me. This thing is a fish catcher. You can actually go up and use these for bigger bass too. You're gonna catch a lot of small ones, but you're also gonna catch some big ones off of these things. And if you go up in size and weight of your jig heads and your little minnows, they get bigger. Little swim baits, you could probably use them with a Kitech as well, like the smaller Kitechs, and just use a bigger jig head on them, and they'll catch fish. All right, guys, we'll see you out there catching fish.
Okay, guys, I am going to use the Gulp Minnow. First cast of the day. Yeah. Oh. Yo, it's cold. Yeah. Bruh. Oh, no! Flip. Guys, I had one. Dang it, that sucked. Let's go. First fish. Oh my gosh. There we go. No! Gosh dang it! That's the third fish I've had and we let go. I had like 3-4 bites off of this thing already. There we go. Let's go. Hey, Dad. I've hooked so many over there.
You keep your stuff.
hooks out.
Okay, where's your phone? Here, I got mine.
Let's go. All right, this is the biggest to beat.
Okay.
This guy's fat. Backflip. Bye, buddy. Have a great life. Let's go. Dad, got one. Look at this. Ooh, oops. Got one. Yeah. Thanks. Oh. Yep. He's a chunky. This is why he fishes up here. This one. Also, is that Austin right there? Right there. Got one. Got one. Yeah.
A big one?
No. Got one at least.
Oh yeah. There you go. Yep.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you, buddy, for biting. Give you a proper release. Yeah. Look, there he goes. Oh, backflip. He fought. Oh, dude, this line. I'm in the line, dude.